tonight's MC for our awards. I'd like to welcome you all to the Wycheproof Shire Hall as we come together as a Buloke community to celebrate ahead of Australia Day in a couple of days' time. This is a great opportunity, of course, for us to be able to share in this occasion. Before we proceed, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the lands on which we meet and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging, and also to any elders from any other community that may be here this evening. It gives me great pleasure this evening to welcome all of our dignitaries and also to Glenn Weir, so from Vic Police. Welcome, Glenn. Thanks for coming up and being with us tonight. Also like to welcome any of our OAM recipients as well. And also the nominees for the Buloke Shire Council Awards and representatives from our community development groups and progress associations. And I'd also like to extend a warm welcome to all of our councillors and the staff who are here with us this evening. Apologies, we've received them from Dr Anne Webster, MP, Jade Benham, MP, Peter Vogel, OAM, Stuart McLean, OAM, May Ferrier, OAM, Councillor Stephen Barrett also can't be with us this evening, and also some of our former Citizens of the Year in Jan Adcock, Alan Mills and Robin Ferrier. Council remains committed to building a healthy and active community as highlighted in our Council plan. Events like tonight, where we are celebrating achievements and spending time together, are vital to all of our health and wellbeing. Tonight at our Australia Day event, we will announce the winners of the Buloke Australia Day Awards, which are Community Event of the Year, Young Citizen of the Year and our Citizen of the Year. As I said before, we're also lucky and very grateful to have Glenn Weir here with us, who we will hear from soon. This Australia Day, Sunday the 26th of January, each of our towns right across the Shire will host their own unique events, each offering a chance to celebrate community spirit, culture and national pride. From local ceremonies to fun-filled activities, there's something for everyone. Many of these events will feature inspiring guest speakers, offering insights and reflection on what it means to be Australian. We encourage you to attend and support these local celebrations as they not only highlight the achievements and values of our communities, but also provide an opportunity to come together in unity and celebration. Make sure to check out your town's events and be part of this special day. I would now like to ask Councillor Bruce Stefford to come forward and introduce our guest speaker. Bruce.
It's my privilege to introduce our guest speaker for the evening, Assistant Commissioner Glenn Weir, who leads the Road Policing Command for Victoria Police. With a distinguished career spanning over 4 decades, Glenn began his service in 1981 as a police cadet and quickly rose through the ranks of Sergeant, Senior Sergeant and Inspector. His leadership qualities and dedication to public service saw him take on high-profile roles, including leading Victoria's largest ever police operation during the 2006 Melbourne Commonwealth Games. In 2021, Glenn was appointed Assistant Commissioner of Road Policing, where his commitment to community engagement and road safety continues to make a profound impact. His outstanding contributions were recognised with the Australian Police Medal in the 2020 Queen's Birthday Honours, a testament to his dedication to the safety and wellbeing of others. Beyond his service, Glenn has championed initiatives to improve workplace culture and mental health within the police force. He's also made significant contributions to youth support, road safety and alcohol and drug prevention programs. His leadership extends internationally as Chair of the Australasian Road Policing Network and a member of the International Association of Chiefs of Police. Ladies and gentlemen, would you join me in giving a warm welcome to Assistant Commissioner Glenn Weir.
Thank you and good evening. What a great honour it is to be here with you today. I'd like to also join in acknowledging the traditional owners of the land, the Jarawurrung people, and pay my respects to elders past and present. I'd like to acknowledge all the office bearers from the Shire of Buloke and the Mayor. Lovely to meet the Mayor, the CEO Wayne, and thank you, Bruce, for your kind words. Australia Day for me is a time that I take to reflect on how lucky I am to be born in our great country, and you only need to look around what's going on around some parts of the world to make you realise how lucky we are to live here. I think we should all think about how we got here, and this year, particularly the theme around reflecting, respecting and celebrating is something that really resonates with me, and I'll talk about all those three things shortly. It is time to reflect on all the cultures, stories, histories, people from all walks of life, from the First Nations people to families like mine who arrived here a couple of centuries ago, and people who've more recently arrived in Australia and who'll continue to arrive hopefully as time goes on. So I think wherever you come from, we're all joined and connected by a shared desire for unity and the promise of safety and stability and prosperity, and certainly in Buloke Shire, Victoria and the rest of Australia all strive to have these things. Today is about, and Sunday will be much more about just the events of one day. It's about who we are as a nation. And there's some things that when you look what's going on, it's quite disturbing, some of the things that are happening, but it's up to all of us to sort of stop, pause and think about how we can fix, go forward, make ourselves stronger. Victoria Police, our primary role is community safety. It's what we are about. But the community is such a large part of what we do, and we need everyone's help to do it. I think understanding where we all sit and we all fit in the continuing story of Australia and where we all belong and how we can all help is something we really need to consider. I think reflecting on my own journey growing up in Horsham, just 100 kilometres away, and spend the first 16 and a half years of my life in Horsham, and the foundation values that I learnt from my family, hard work, good humour, respect and trusting in traditions are all very important. We can't lose sight of that. I think the value of belonging to community and sporting clubs, certainly that was a big focus of our family. That playing footy, cricket, basketball. My dad was the president of the junior footy club. My mum ran the canteen. And all those things are just really important about being part of a community rather than apart from it. And the importance and reliance on family and the influence of your mentors, your family mentors. And I often think about my maternal grandparents who were farmers out past Natimuck, just near a salt lake, who'd lived there their whole lives, and their work ethic and their resilience through a whole range of dramas was something that I often call on in what's been a pretty tough job that I've had for the last 44 years. I think life today seems to be a lot more complicated for kids than growing up in 2025 than it was. Perhaps I didn't know what I didn't know, and it all seemed a lot simpler, but it does seem a lot more complex for kids today. And I think we really need to realise that and cut kids a bit of slack sometimes, not all the time. I sort of wondered how we've got to this point, and the growth in social media, the good parts of social media, the offset by the dangers it can cause. And I really hope that we might, as we go forward, create an environment of confidence, hope and vision for the future for our kids, because I can see that they are under pressure, and we're all under pressure at the moment. All those experiences I had growing up have prepared me really well for a career with Victoria Police. I started in 1980 as a 16-and-a-half-year-old, suddenly transported from sunny Horsham to Spencer Street, Melbourne, trams and electricity after 9 o'clock at night, all those sorts of things. But the last 45 years have been really rewarding and diverse. I've been lucky to have a really diverse, rewarding career, challenging, but I still love it, still bounce out of bed every day at 5:30 and go to work. As I approach the sort of final quarter, I'm going to retire next year, but I still bounce out of bed every morning and keep going. It's gone by in a flash. I think that sometimes we forget we're in the journey that much that we don't realise until we get to the end what the good parts are. So I just ask everyone, the young people here or just to think about as you go through life, just don't lose sight of what's happened. Stop, pause, reflect for a minute on what's happened and how lucky or unfortunate you've been to be involved in something and learn from it. I graduated from the academy when I was 18 and a half years old, thought I knew everything, I knew nothing of life. And I'll never forget, I went to Malvern Police Station, sort of in the inner eastern suburbs, as a training station. And I remember after being in the job for about 3 months, standing in a kitchen in Ashburton, with a couple who'd been married for about 30 years, giving them career advice and marriage advice about, they were having a domestic dispute, and here I'm, nearly 19, and I'm thinking, how on earth did I do that? But you did, and I was lucky to serve through a whole range of things at sergeant level, senior sergeant, drug investigations, moving into counter-terrorism, station commander at Frankston. That was a fantastic experience. And then, as Bruce mentioned, I was lucky enough to have a lead role in the Com Games, when we had the Com Games the first time, which was a fantastic event. And it really did prepare me for a range of roles that I've had in executive leadership. I was lucky enough to be the superintendent at Sunshine for 3 years and somehow survived that, and then went back to Frankston as the superintendent. I liked Frankston that much, I went back there twice and was in charge of the whole of Frankston, Mornington Peninsula, and that was certainly very interesting. And I needed some time away, and the Vic Pol is such a great career because you can diversify. So I went into leading our executive leadership roles and leadership development for all our up-and-coming supervisors for 18 months, and that was a fantastic experience before I was promoted to Assistant Commissioner and went to Eastern Region. So Eastern Region, so it goes from the inner eastern suburbs right up to Wodonga and to Merimbula, sort of half the state. 3,500 people, really busy sort of inner metro, outer metro, country policing. And there had a range of experiences through the start of COVID, the Eastern Freeway tragedy where 4 of my staff were killed, which is something that stays with me all the time, and every day I reflect on that. And then the fires in 2019-20 and managed the police response to that, which was really significant. But you learn a lot more about yourself in times of adversity than you do when it's good. And the lessons I learned then are things that have stayed with me as well. As mentioned, I transferred to road policing in 2021, which will be my last job, but one of the most satisfying and rewarding, despite the fact that all I deal with generally is things that go wrong. And we've had, across Australia since the end of the pandemic, a significant uplift in road trauma everywhere. In fact, around the world there has been an uplift on road trauma was trending down, but since the end of the pandemic it's trended back up. We see more reckless behaviour, more sense of entitlement on the road, a lack of manners and a lack of respect. And it is really concerning to me, and it's sort of getting to end where I started, about the role that we have in mentoring young people to take away that pressure and anxiety because they're making some really strange decisions. And I know having grown up in rural Victoria, the impact that road trauma has on rural communities where everyone knows everyone. And the ripple effect that I often talk about of road trauma is so intense in country areas. And I know it is a sole focus of Darren, and lucky to have Darren here who's really experienced in road policing at Witchproof and does great work on the roads here. I've been really lucky, as I said, I've been privileged to enjoy great opportunities to travel overseas with work, to present at conferences on behalf of my organisation and the broader state of Victoria. And it's something, if I had my time over again, I wouldn't change a thing. I really think that that my role as a leader of road policing is something that I cherish. I respect the opportunity that I've been given. And that's why when you think about Australia Day, I think it presents a unique opportunity for us to just pause for a minute and reflect, as I said before. I did mention, I see daily how the lack of respect plays out in trauma, in community safety more broadly, particularly on the roads. That's that impatience we see, that entitlement, arrogance or selfishness that we see creeping into community. We have to stop it. We have to stop it. And all of you have a role to play on that. The world is a strange place at the moment. The conflicts that are playing out, economic pressures, our friends in the media catastrophising or doomsdaying a lot of things that happen, which is their job to report and create interest. The growth in youth crime, particularly in parts of Melbourne, in parts of Sydney, the whole of Queensland, it's really concerning. So we need to really think about how we might think through it, sort of get above it and look at what's causing it, particularly here in Buloke, a beautiful part of the world. I drove up today, coming up this afternoon, and it just took, I felt I was just calm. Like I had a really rough morning with a whole lot of really tough budget meetings and decision-making meetings. But driving up and looking around, it took me back, like I felt like I was home. You know, it was like driving back through the Wimmera for all those years it did back and forth, and just seeing the red earth, the stubble, the crops that have been, you know, it just gave me that sense of, I felt like so calm. So just reflect on how lucky you are to live in such a fantastic part of the world. Enjoy and embrace Australia Day for what it does. Congratulations to all the nominees and the winners for your 3 awards, Don. I think they're 3 really good categories that capture the essence of the rural community. I thank you for your time, and it's a privilege to speak with you. Thank you.
Glenn, this goes with our thanks. It's a hamper from one of the many amazing bakeries that we have here across Buloke, but this one's particularly from Anne Jury at the local Witchy Proof Bakery. So thank you very much for travelling up, and thanks for your words, and please accept this with our thanks.
Thanks, Alan. I just want to point out there's no alcohol in it, so I'm allowed to take it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll just take a short break while we just set ourselves up to commence with the 3 awards. So please just help yourselves to some more drinks and some of Dollar Pellegrino's remarkable food down the back. We'll get you back in about 5 minutes or so. Thank you. Please come back to your seats and we'll get on with the next part of tonight's proceedings. And just while you're coming back, would you please put your hands together for Brodie Glenn and his wonderful music that he's presented with us tonight. Brodie is, of course, a Buloke local, so thank you, Brodie. So next we're going to move on to our Buloke Australia Day Awards. And Council tonight recognises outstanding contributions to the community by presenting awards for the whole of Buloke Shire. Buloke has much to be thankful for, and the contribution of our local people is so important to our way of life. Community Event of the Year, Young Citizen of the Year and Citizen of the Year are our way to acknowledge outstanding service and contribution. I'd like to congratulate all those who have been nominated and thank you and congratulate you on the work that you do for the entire community. To present our first award for the 2025 Community Event of the Year, please welcome Councillor Bernadette Hogan and Councillor Delaney.
Hello everybody. Before we get into the awards, I'd just like to introduce my colleague, Councillor Charmaine Delaney. Councillor Charmaine Delaney was elected in November to the Jeffcott ward, and it's great to have another girl on the bench, really, so that's good. So we're looking at the event of the year. So Buloke is a hard-working community, but we also know how to socialise and have fun. So many volunteers work tirelessly to ensure we all have a social outlet at the many and varied selection of events held right across the year. To tonight's finalists, and indeed to all of our volunteers, thank you for all the work that you do. Finalists for the Community Event of the Year are the Blue Tree Project, the Donald Show, and the Lexus Melbourne Cup Tour. And the Buloke Shire Community Event of the Year for 2025 is the Blue Tree Project.
The Blue Tree Project was led by the Charlton Neighbourhood House and local artist Bronwyn Fisher. The project's roots are tied to the National Blue Tree Project initiative, which encourages communities to create visible reminders that help break the silence around mental health struggles. This community project also included messages of hope on recycled plastic leaves and hand-printed messages which will become part of a future art installation, amplifying the impact of the project throughout Charlton. Congratulations to the Charlton Neighbourhood House on this brilliant initiative, a well-deserving project for the community event of the year 2025.
Okay, and do we have a representative from the Blue Tree Project who'd like to come up and accept the award and maybe say a couple of little words? Thanks, ladies.
Thanks, man. I'll get you the they're your workers.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Well done. And I'm sure you'll have somewhere to plant this.
Oh, we will. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. On behalf of the Charlton Neighbourhood House and everyone involved in the Blue Tree Project, I'm deeply honoured to accept this award. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners, the Dja Dja Wurrung people, the custodians of the land on which we gather, and we pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging. It's an important time to reflect that the Indigenous Australians experience high rates of mental health challenges and suicides, with their rates being twice as high as the national average. In Australia, suicide remains the leading cause of death for people aged 15 to 44. And our farming communities face significant mental health challenges due to isolation, financial pressures and the uncertainties of drought and climate. On average, one farmer takes their life every 10 days. These are sobering statistics, but they remind us why initiatives like the Blue Tree Project are so vital. This project was part of a larger initiative that saw the neighbourhood houses across Buloke Shire participating, each contributing their own unique events and efforts to raise awareness about mental health. In Charlton, we were privileged to have local artist Bronwyn Fisher lead and inspire this project with her creative vision and dedication. The Charlton project was more than painting trees blue. It was about starting conversations, fostering connection, and creating symbols of hope and resilience for everyone in Charlton. From the students' heartfelt handprints on the fairy tree to the participations of all other students and community members, and our partnerships with East Wimmera Health Services and wellness leaders like Natalie Knights. This was a true community effort. Together we've created a legacy that reminds us all it's okay to not be okay, and help is always available. So thank you to the Buloke Shire for recognising this initiative, and to the incredible people of Charlton who made it possible. This award belongs to all of you, and I hope it inspires us to continue to build a supportive and connected community. Thank you.
Congratulations to the Charlton Neighbourhood House. It never ceases to amaze me the calibre of the youth that we have here in Buloke, whether it be on the sporting field or further afield in terms of their volunteerism and the efforts that they all put in right across the Shire. So it's my privilege tonight to invite Councillor Graham Milne and Councillor Bruce Stafford to come up and to present the 2025 Young Citizen of the Year.
Thank you, Mr CEO. As councillors, we often have a first-hand look at what our youth are up to throughout the year. We're very privileged to have the next generation come along each month with the youth Engage Youth program and talk to us at council at briefings, and we've also can see the range of events that our young people are so capable of organising within our communities, whether it be a small community or our larger ones. But when you see that when they're given a bit of encouragement, in a lot of cases, no encouragement, sometimes they just get out there and do it. But we do have some great young people within our organisation of Buloke, which we should be very proud of. Before I make the announcement, we tend to struggle a lot in this award to get nominations. So when this time comes around next year, I urge you all to think about what any of the young people in your communities have done, and it's not only the larger communities but also the small communities. So please take the time to think and nominate. But it is a great honour and a privilege to be able to announce that the Buloke Shire Young Citizen of the Year for 2025 is Keely Allen. While Keely's coming up, Keely has been named Young Citizen of the Year for her exceptional dedication to her community and her leadership in various youth initiatives. As the current president of the Witchy Proof Youth Group, Keely has shown remarkable organisational skills, ensuring the youth room remains a safe, welcoming and engaging space for the young people in this community. Keely's commitment to creating a positive environment for youth extends beyond her local group, as she frequently uses her voice to contribute to forums offering a vital youth perspective on important issues. Keely played a role in the advocacy for the new pump track to be installed at the Witcher-proof wetlands area. In addition, Keely is a passionate advocate for rural living. She wants what is best for her town and does everything she can to ensure Witcher-proof and Buloke as a whole is a great environment for our next generation to grow. So congratulations, Keely, on being Buloke's Young Citizen of the Year for 2025. We look forward to seeing you do great things in the future. Now, before Keely takes over, I take the opportunity also to Where am I? Over the page. Lost me spot. To introduce Councillor Bruce Stafford. Bruce was also elected this year in for the seat of Lower Avoca, where all positions were vacant, and 2 new representatives were brought on board. So we welcome Bruce, and we hope he enjoys his time with Buloke Shire, and we'll try and tune him up as much as we can to get him round the way I think it. Thank you. But Keely, the time is yours, Keely.
I guess, well, I didn't prepare anything, but a few things come to mind. It's an honour to receive this award, but I guess it would be selfish in a sense to acknowledge winning this award without acknowledging the people before me that have sort of paved my way. A little while ago, I told my principal, Christine McKersey, at our local presentation night that I believe everyone around me, everyone from my school can succeed, if they had the resources and potential to do so. And I can pinpoint that down to her work as principal. Growing up in this area has contributed a large amount to our success. I guess I've also followed politicians' lives very closely, such as Jade Benham, so I too one day hope that I'll have the voice that they project. I guess I can say that I don't come from a shire with really advanced technology and bustling numbers, but I come from a shire that huddle in here on a Thursday evening to recognise everyone's efforts. And I think that speaks volumes. Full of people that are just as opinionated and passionate as myself. That's paved the way and the leader I am, and that's led me to accept this award. So thank you all.
Yeah, indeed. Congratulations, Keely. Our final award for tonight is for the Citizen of the Year, and I'd like to invite our Mayor, Councillor Alan Getley, and last year's winner of the Citizen of the Year, Trevor Emerson, to come up to the microphone and present this year's award.
Now I've got to find my page. Yeah. Got it. I was going to introduce Councillor Stephen Barrett tonight, but Steve's unwell, but he's also newly elected in November in Lower Avoca and lives in Witchyproof, but I'm sure you'll see him around. Citizen of the Year has been consistently won in the Buloke community by champions who selfishly give themselves to the betterment of their community and that of the broader Buloke community. Shortly I'll read out the nominees for this year, but I look around the room tonight and basically all I can see is volunteers. In some shape or form, all of you are Australian of the Year. You volunteer to make this community what it is today and what it will be in the future. And without you, we just couldn't do it. So congratulations to you all. Before I announce this year's finalist, I'd ask Trevor to come and join me, but he's already here. So Trevor was last year's recipient and did a great job, and we congratulate you on your year, Trevor.
Thank you.
So thank you for joining us up here tonight. Finalists in the Citizen of the Year: Corey Harrison, Emily Mills, Janet Stafford, Julia Pearce and Maureen Donnellan. Ladies and gentlemen, the Buloke Shire Citizen of the Year for 2025 is Corey Harrison. Corey has been named Citizen of the Year for 2025 in recognition of his outstanding and tireless contribution to his community over many years. A dedicated member of the CFA for 21 years, didn't think of that old, mate, served as Witchyproof CFA captain for the past 9 years, demonstrating exceptional leadership and commitment to the safety of his community. His dedication extends beyond emergency services. Since 2011, he's actively raised funds for the Royal Children's Hospital, showcasing a deep care for others. Corey's passion for sport and community engagement is evident in his many coaching roles within the Witchy-Proof sporting clubs. He has volunteered his time and expertise in football, hockey and cricket, and sometimes plays poker. I know that. As a hockey umpire, Corey officiates numerous games each week and selected umpires governor for the North Central Hockey Association. His invaluable contribution to the Witchy-Proof Narraport Hockey Club was recognised in 2018 with life membership for over 20 years of service, where he is often the first to arrive and the last to leave, umpiring, coaching and playing. In addition to his sporting and emergency services role, Corey has served as a volunteer area manager for the Good Friday Appeal in Witchy-Proof for 13 years, raising an impressive $50,000 for the cause. As a father of 5 boys, devotion to his family is just one of his strong community spirits. Corey is an outstanding person who gives so much of himself to the community and those around him. And Corey, we congratulate you tonight on being the Buloke Citizen of the Year 2025. Congratulations. All right, mate, the floor is yours. I'll hang on to you. Thanks. That's all right. There you go.
Thank you, sir. Well. For a start, thanks, Al. Thanks, Trev. And also thanks to the Buloke Shire. My wife for keeping this very quiet. I walked in tonight and seen a lot of friendly faces here, and I thought, what is going on here? I had no idea. But someone's holding up a special sign. What an absolute honour. I had no idea that this was going on. And I look around the room here and I see plenty of people that have taken me under their wing, people that I've worked with, sporting people, hockey, cricket, football, the CFA, work colleagues, and just friends and family. So I'm just absolutely shocked, to be honest with you, absolutely shocked. Not in my wildest dreams would I have thought that I'd be standing up here accepting one of these awards. So thank you all. I think, as you all know, that behind a very busy person, and I'm not just speaking about myself here, about other busy volunteers, especially males, there's always a very strong female behind that that male that does the majority of the work. So a big thank you to my wife. Look, just once again, an absolute honour to be here. Thank you, to all the volunteers. It is a lot of hard work, doing what we do. CFA, SES, all the sporting codes. There's a fair bit that, goes unnoticed. I look at a bloke out the back here, Rory White, who does a fair bit as well, just for the footy club. And I work, very closely with him, with what we're doing with the footy club, hockey club and netball club at the moment. And there is a power load of work that goes into absolutely everything. So well done to all the volunteers. This isn't just mine this year. This is everyone's. So thank you.
Congratulations, Corey. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes tonight's proceedings. Thank you all for attending. Congratulations to all of the winners of the awards, and indeed to all of those that were nominated. I'd like to thank Glenn Weir again for coming up. Thank you, Glenn. And to Brody Glenn as well. Please acknowledge him for his music. I'd also like to thank the staff for putting tonight together. These things don't happen on their own, so there's quite a few staff around the place who have all contributed to making tonight work, and up to including the urban team who are out today gathering all of these eucalyptus branches. I'm a bit worried there's a tree somewhere around Witchyproof that might not have too many branches left on it, but there's several, you think, Mayor. So thank you very much. Also to Donna Pellegrino as well for her remarkable catering. Always amazing. Thank you, Donna. So please, ladies and gentlemen, take the time to mingle, have a drink, have some more food and enjoy the evening, and thank you very much for your attendance.